Very impressively. Back to Cloak, and Geelong were all over him. Well done.
Talk about that first give option. Jack Anthony probably knew he had Cloak there all along, but looked at something else first, and by the time it got back to Cloak, the pressure was upon him. You don't have any second chances against a side like Geelong.
Ablett left without the footy, uncharacteristically. Swan to Lockyer, Mackie. Interesting Chapman, he's got 33 possessions at the moment and never got over 30. In fact, he hadn't reached 30 against Collingwood, but his career high is 35 against Hawthorn, round 22 of 06. So looks set for a personal best with 4.5 minutes to go. He'll go very close. Down goes Brown. Bartel just gets over the fallen Brown. He's plumb tuckered out as well. Swan to Pendlebury. Wheels around. Comes back to the middle and Cox. Cox over his head initially. Clark gone out of the game. Clark too nimble for West. Good chase by West. Kick comes inside the 50. Medhurst has it. So Medhurst has booted a couple. 50 last year, runner-up in the best and fairest. Outstanding season. Right behind him. That is a marvellous finish. Doesn't come much better than that. He's got 3.
You talked about that earlier, Bucks. They were the sorts of guys you wanted to be getting the ball in set shots earlier in the match.
When you get 30 scoring shots against Geelong's defence, that's a pretty good effort, and Collingwood have been able to achieve
51 inside 50.
Yeah, able to achieve that tonight. So once they've certainly zoned heavily, I reckon, the Geelong defence, and so the ability to find free targets if you can actually get the ball within passing distance going into your 50.
So Leah, raise the NAB Cup for a moment. Did Collingwood, after tonight, maintain this reputation of being very competitive with Geelong over the last couple of years? Have you seen enough tonight?
So. Yeah, no, I think so. As I say, I think Geelong, with Ottens missing, Harley missing, Hunt's out for the whole year. But Collingwood have been more than competitive tonight. I don't think Geelong have blown them out of the water by any stretch of the imagination.
And a couple of times they looked like they might, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
So to Collingwood's credit, they've dug deep here in this last quarter.
Did you used to talk about the number of goals needed with the number of minutes remaining? Lee, it's still
I used to say, more if you're in front. If you're in front with more goals to go than minutes to go, then you're probably reasonably safe. Until that stage, you're not.
And Lee, as a coach, knowing you can't win, when you're watching this, does every goal mean something late in the game?
Oh, well, it's still percentage, if nothing else. I mean, because you're really setting up a season, so every goal does matter.
Milburn, Taylor, Corey, Blake. As an half-back, they stay off him. They knew what they were doing. Yeah. Swan's got it on the wing. Looks to the middle. Clark. Not his best effort that time. Like a fish catching a frisbee. It's taken by Selwood. Ablett. Ling. Johnson. Looks down towards half forward. Look at this. Kicks inside the 50. Hawkins goes back. Good grab. Ablett cruising past. Worth a thought, I'd suggest. Hawkins just sets it up. Mooney in position A. Didn't get hands to it. Lurking behind Chapman. 34th possession coming up. And that's a clever one. One of his best. Sharp. This late in the game. Rook's got a shot at goal. 2:19 remaining.
I don't reckon there's a much better snap over his left shoulder than Paul Chapman, and he would have been thinking goal here as soon as he got the ball. But he had the presence of mind to find his teammate there in Max Rook. Great finish.
Who hasn't kicked well tonight, but this one goes through.
Collingwood fans not happy, but they would have come into this game with their recent record and competitiveness against Geelong, Bruce, in their minds, and the fact that they would have been stung by the NAB Cup Grand Final just 5 or 6 weeks ago. But Geelong have been better for longer. I don't think either team have been flush at their best, but Geelong have been better for longer, and they deserve the win.
He's a good player, Rook. A tough guy.
It's one of their worker bees in the forward line to complement a bit of class around him.
So Ablett to Corey. Haven't seen so much of Joel tonight, but he's done his bit. He's had to play a bit down back, as he often does. Here's Chappie. That, I think, might equal his most disposals ever. That one, not his best one tonight, but he's had a terrific match.
So I can safely assume that he didn't mean that deliberately. Just to draw a ball up.
It's a moot point,
isn't it?
After the boundary throw in, Hawkins does well in a tight situation. Barco snaps and misses.
It's interesting, that's got away 2 weeks in a row. He's done well tonight again, Josh Fraser, but I'm just not quite sure if you can just play Josh Fraser and Lee Brown as your backup ruckman week after week. It's testing the percentages that they're going to survive for a start. And it's going to be an interesting selection dilemma every time Collingwood select their side for the moment, I think.
Well, you couldn't ask him to do it.
Well, I just don't think you could survive it week after week, and it's just hoping that he doesn't get hurt, of course. Just too big a risk, you'd think.
It's probably sending a message to Cameron Wood and Chris Bryan as much as anything. We're not just going to gift you the second ruck roll unless you've earned it.
You got the attendance there, Bruce. I missed it.
58 odd.
Yeah, 58,527. Ablett, Kelly, Didac. Just a moment before Geelong win this match. It'll be their 45th win from 48 matches.
He's had 25 touches in the second half, just quite.
Yeah.
45 out of 48. The only other team that's ever won 45 out of 50 is Essendon between 99 and 01. They were 46 and 4. Well, Geelong are 45 and 3. No other club's ever done that over the stretch.
It's been a dominant couple of years, hasn't it? Absolutely.
And they're sitting on the same number of premierships as Essendon won over that stretch at the moment. So that's the challenge for the year, isn't it? Can they turn 3 great seasons into something more than the one premiership?
Milburn beating a hasty retreat. Interesting kick, goes all the way back to Scarlett. Ablett. So 36 possessions now for Ablett. And as Buck said,
he's special, isn't he?
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see when we look back on this game who gets the 3 points in the Brownlow. You'd think Chapman, but Ablett, he's going to win the medal maybe to pick up 3 tonight. As it is, Geelong get 4 points, 122 to 95. Powerful second term set it up. 18-14 to 13-17 on Thursday Night Football.